Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello. Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is a deck spotlight on an Avian Watcher Control Mage by Strifecro. Now, those are probably some words you're not quite used to hearing, but this is a Control Mage deck, which means it's not exactly Freeze Mage, it's not exactly Reno Mage. It's really just a Control Mage, a very late game oriented mage that's all about controlling your opponent's board and building up a lot of resources and a lot of late game value. That also happens to include the new One Night in Karazhan card, Avian Watcher. This is a 5-mana minion that gets pretty big if you do have a secret in play, becomes a 4/7 taunt, which can be pretty annoying. You know, it's similar to something like Druid of the Claw with slightly more health. So just a big body that also helps slow down aggressive starts from your opponent because they have to run through a pretty big high health taunt. And amazingly, this is probably the best deck imaginable to get this effect off. In other classes like Paladin or Hunter, secrets often get triggered more regularly, but particularly with the secret Ice Block, that's one that tends to stay around for a long time. And even Ice Barrier, sometimes it's not hard to keep up with things like Frost Nova and Frostbolt in your deck because your opponent may not be attacking all the time. So Avian Watcher has a much higher likelihood to actually get its effect off and make that battle cry work in this deck than in pretty much any other deck I can imagine. So most of the time, this is going to be a 4/7 taunt, which is the only way it's worth it to play this card. A 5-mana 3/6 is pretty bad with no effect, so you certainly want your Avian Watchers hitting, and that makes things like a turn 3 Ice Block, which can sometimes feel really bad, just because it doesn't do anything to the board, and you're still taking damage, and it's just a resource that doesn't pay off until much, much later down the road. That can make that turn 3 Ice Block feel pretty good if you know it's leading into a turn 5 or perhaps even a turn 4 coin Avian Watcher. It's going to contest the board really nicely. So as far as the other pieces in this deck are concerned, I should, of course, address the other Karazhan card in Babbling Book. This is another one that it's sort of a cheap body that gets you out onto the board, perhaps kills a fiery bat now and then, but also generates you a resource for later in the game. And you'll note there are a few cards here that do that. Also the Ethereal Conjurers. You could argue at least Starseeker does that in many ways. Even the Jeweled Scarab operates in a similar function. So just building your hand up of cards. They're going to be random most of the time, but mage spells on average are useful, sometimes very good. So you hope that you get what you need. But also just extend the depth of your deck. Plus, even if you get bad stuff when you've got at least Starseeker in a deck, she can turn that bad stuff into Tyrian Fordring. So who cares if you get bad stuff as long as the game lasts long enough. And certainly this deck is designed for games to last a very long time. It's not burst damage oriented. There's only one fireball, for instance. It's really more about stretching out the game, stalling it, clearing boards with stuff like Blizzard and Flamestrike, and of course, Doomsayer, Frost Nova combos, keeping yourself alive with the secrets, but also perhaps Alexstrasza from time to time, but occasionally also looking for the offensive Alexstrasza that sets up a lethal or wins you the game. All that said, I think it's a really cool list, and I've seen Strifecro try to play control-style mage decks like this a lot, or he calls them grinder mages sometimes. So I trust that this list makes a lot of sense, and he's an incredibly talented player, of course, and a very high-end, high-performing professional. So I can't wait to see this list in action and take it out onto the ranked ladder and see how it performs in the One Night in Karazhan meta. I don't think we've really seen a mage deck shine yet in the Karazhan meta, so maybe if this one's a hit, I don't think people like Control Mage as an archetype. Not sure we'll see it played a ton, but maybe this will be the way to play Mage in this meta, if Strifecro's deck building skills have anything to say about it. I actually do like playing decks like this as well, although sometimes I have trouble with Mage control style decks in particular, just because it's a very fine line to walk with removal and knowing when to go really hard into removal and sometimes when to save your removal for a bigger swing, particularly like a Frost Nova Doomsayer. It's like, do you do it now? Do you wait another turn or two to get more stuff? Do you take too much damage? There's a lot of math to do and a lot of kind of abstract, outside the box, macro level thinking, which can be difficult if you're not familiar with the deck's limits and likelihoods to draw certain life-saving cards. So here, I don't really want the ice blocks right away. I mean, eventually they might be good against Hunter, but I really want more active, or I should say proactive things that help me contest the board and deal with what he's playing. Babbling Book is a fine start. Mirror Entity's a secret for Avian Watcher at the very least, so it would be great against like a high main, but as far as when that lines up, we may have to play it on 3 just for board presence, right? This is one of those instances you really don't want to ping the kindly grandmother, right? Because it just it kind of messes up your board. So do you ping the grandmother and put out the 3/2? Do you ping face? I don't want to ping next turn, so like pinging the 3/2 doesn't really help, or at least tagging the 3/2. So unsheathing the 3/2 doesn't really help because I'm probably going to Mirror Entity next turn. So I can kind of stall how long it takes the 3/2 to attack, and I guess just go for 1 extra face damage. We don't have like Arcane Missiles or Flame Wakers, so you know, hitting a 2 health target down to 1 doesn't really set up a future play. We need to deal with that in one fell swoop, and this denies how quickly he gets to attack with the 3 health. Even though it feels sort of like we're wasting a ping to face. Because we certainly don't want to... What would this hit on 3 mana? It won't hit Animal Companion. But it might catch a turn 4 Infested Wolf or Houndmaster. He's already coined, so that's not happening this turn. I think we can Elise here. She sort of trades okay into the board. Doomsayer dies to the board, so that's not really something we want. The secret is going to proc, I think, so unfortunately we're going to lose our Avian Watcher. He's very likely. He could bow, though. Like, if he Eagle Arm bows, the Avian Watcher gets a lot better. But I think he'll see. Yeah, we'll see a minute. Wish we got the other guy almost. Oh my god. Barnes is a great card, guys. Just a free 8 damage off this. Totally insane. So ridiculous. I actually wanted to hit face, I think. Yeah, I think I needed to hit face. So I can ping, trade into the rag, play Ice Barrier. It's going to be hard to get my Avian Watcher off. I'm thinking about playing Doomsayer. He has 6 damage on board. This could shut out some stuff if he, you know, it also could just heal 7. This heals 8, but I actually don't want this getting procced yet, right? Because I want it to combo with the Avian Watcher. It's my only secret. So I think I'm going to Doomsayer instead. We could maybe be dead. 6 plus kill command is 11. No, I think 13 is maybe his max damage output. No, quick shot would do it. Kill command quick shot kills me. That rag is just so sick. I mean, I guess I sort of wanted it to hit my face. But that's scary against Hunter, right? Just free 8 face damage. That's good. It allows him to kill this much easier. It's sort of annoying. Oh, is that lethal? That's just... No, it's 1 off, right? Yeah, it's 1 off. So he has to... So this was actually a big deal. Actually, oh, Ice Block's perfect. Just because it gets us the Avian Watcher almost guaranteed between the Ice Barrier and the Ice Block. The question is, how do I want to trade? I think this way. Just to keep my minion alive. She might trade twice this way instead of once. Alright, so, I mean, the problem is, right, we're still going to die eventually. We don't have heals, we just have armor. Oh, that's so much damage again. So now we get to taunt at least. Is Flame Strike just better? This is worth 7 health anyway. Yeah, Flame Strike's just better. Unless he can pop my block, and then it's worse. He'll have 5. He probably can pop my block. Ugh. The reason I say that is because, right, this is 7 health right now. This is also 7 health because you kill 7 damage, right? But the difference is that this may not be 7 health next turn if the ice block gets popped, and this might be. But I think regardless, if the ice block gets popped, I think I lose the game anyway. So I think I just do this for curve considerations. I think if the ice block is dead, we have no route to victory anyway, because the hero power finishes off regardless. Well, that's actually pretty slow. I don't mind that. It's not. Oh, never mind. That's probably game. We don't have any way to. Well, actually, that's another turn because he put us at 3, right? It was the best he could. No, he could have put us at 2. Why didn't he put us at 2? He messed that up. He could have put us at 2 and put hero power lethal there, but he didn't. We still don't have a way to win though. There's just no way. That's too expensive. So yeah, we're just dead. Top taking that would have been good because we could have taunted and ice barriered. Yeah, that's sad. Yeah, he could have attacked with the weapon and the King's Elic, right? And we would have went down to 2 because we were at 9, and then he could have used the Tundra Rhino to put us at 2 and guaranteed that the hero power would have finished us off. Instead, he had to have damage in hand. So it turns out he had a quick shot, so it was totally irrelevant. But theoretically, that was the right round. Okay, so we lost. That's a little sad. Probably a tough opponent for this deck. It's not quite all in on defense like Freeze Mage is, so if we don't get off to a good enough start. I don't really think we necessarily want to keep any of this. Maybe the Blood Mage. Blood Mage Frostbolt's good against what? Totem Golem. We just don't have that many early game cards, so perhaps just using it as a card cycle that gets out on the board and maybe contest a totem with a ping is worth it. The book's good. The book is good. Well, I'm not actually sure the book's a good card, but it's if we're going to draw anything in this deck, I think the book is what we draw. Oh god, I'm not sure that's going to be helpful. That's very, 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 very slow. This game will probably be over before the Pyro Blast is relevant. Okay, don't have a way to deal with that yet. Doomsayer is the play. He may have trouble killing this. He may Rock Bite or Ride or Lightning Bolt or something. It's fine, but in that case it's a heal. But there's also a chance he doesn't and it wastes his entire turn. I don't think he has it. Fortunately, I don't really have a great way to use my turn 3. If the board clears, I think it's just Blood Mage pass. So unless we get Secret. A Secret would be nice to see. So he does have it. Why did that take so long? It's absolutely always worth it, I feel like. Oh, this is a good card to draw. Let's see what we get. Spellbender. Well, that's sort of intriguing. Do I want to play the Blood Mage here, or do I want to just ping the Argent Squire so that he can't kill both 1/1 Slater, or at least can't kill this 1/1 very effectively? This 1/1 doesn't do much, though, but neither does the Blood Mage, right? Because I'm almost certainly going to probably either Spellbender or coin the Ethereal Conjurer, so let's just ping while we have some ping value. He may feel compelled to kill this minion, and that saves me a few health. Which is way more important to me than that minion. So he's on 3 mana. I bet he has the Flame Wreath Faceless. He was considering overloading himself with that Lightning Bolt to clear the Doomsayer, and that was the hesitation. Yeah, I'll go ahead and conjure. We could Spellbinder to set up an Avian Watcher. Spellbinder ping. If we Ice Barrier, the Ice Barrier is not likely to survive through the turn, right? He's just going to attack into it, so the Watcher won't be good. But the Spellbinder actually has a chance of surviving. Not the Spellbinder itself, the secret has a chance of living through the turn, of not being activated. So this might give me a better Avian Watcher opportunity next turn. Plus, pinging off the Divine Shield does have some eventual value. This may also discourage a Flame Wreath Faceless, which I think he's been sitting on for a while. And he might think it's Mirror Entity. That's fine. I don't love to see Doomhammer ever, but it plays into our plan of the Avian Watcher at least. Plus, he probably thinks this is Ice Block now. So he can get through this relatively swiftly, saving even the 2-1 if he wants to take a little extra damage, which he probably should. Flame Wreath Faceless is coming down, though. Oh, Rock Biter's coming down. Jeez Louise. So now he gets to save the Totem Golem, which is a little scarier. Feral Spirits is also scary. I wouldn't hate seeing, like, Blizzard. Jeez, we're gonna die. I guess we're not gonna die now. But what do we play? I mean, obviously Ice Barrier, Ice Block jumps to mind. But we just take another 7, 9, 11 damage. So we'll be at 8 next turn. We'd have 7 mana. He'd still have a full board. We could maybe Fireball something. I think I have to Ice Block while he's still attacking so that burst damage doesn't kill me from hand. Although the Spellbinder could protect from that. I don't think I can Emperor Thorson. We're just dead, right? It's 7 here, 9, 11. You know, we'd just be dead. So we have to Ice Block or Ice Barrier 1 to survive. And that doesn't really leave us much alternative here. There's just the Blood Mage Thauna. So I think we'll just do both. The Blood Mage Thanos just wouldn't accomplish anything. It might eat 1 weapon charge and draw me a card, which is cool, but oh, he's playing into Flame Strike so hard. But we don't have it. I think he knows that's Spellbinder. He might think it's Counterspell too, though, actually, when I think about it. He has had that for at least a little while. So Blizzard might be the best draw in the deck. Or Frost Nova and somehow magically Doomsayer? I don't know. Alexstrasza, does that do anything for me? Not really. I can Frostbolt ping this thing, but I don't think that's a winning play. Can Thorson maybe? But none of the cost reductions matter other than Alexstrasza. She'd go to 8, and I could Alexstrasza myself next turn, but he'd still have, you know, more than 15 damage on board, so what good would that accomplish? Virtually nothing. Even if the Thorson traded in, he'd still have 5, 8, 15. Yeah, he'd have more than enough. So that doesn't really do anything. Fireball Ping leaves him with, what, 5, 7, 10, 14 damage, so that won't get me out of Ice Block popping range. Or I guess we'd actually just Thalnos Fireball, wouldn't we? I don't know. This is so bad. Conjurer into nothing, because 2 mana. We can't even, like, Frost Nova. So I don't know, guys. I think we're just losing. We ran into 2 very high damage decks that were not very well equipped to handle. And that Pyroblast has clearly been a total waste. What good is this card? If this had been like an Arcane Missiles or Frostbolt or something a little more playable, we'd be in a better spot. Why didn't he? Oh, it didn't matter. So that Ice Barrier might actually matter if he does this wrong. So there's a Frostbolt. This is 5 mana. Doesn't really help me all that much. Let's see, he has 4, 7, 9, 11. If I kill 1, We go up to 9. We're just dead. This into Frost Nova doesn't even keep me alive, right? Why didn't our Spellbender go off? Oh, it's only on minions. He hit our face. That's why. Okay. I'm just looking for something that could somehow win the game, and there's just nothing here. He might. There's just no outs, guys. Even Frostbolting the Tunnel Trog, which seemingly removes the most damage from the board, and Ice Bearing left him enough damage, right? He had 4, 7, 9, 11, and we would have only gone up to 9, so. So we're gonna lose, in other words. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. No, no AoE, no stall. If he hadn't had the answer for the first Doomsayer, the game would have certainly went differently. Well, I'm glad we didn't hold it, because we never got the combo piece for it, right? We never got a Blizzard or a Frost Nova to stall the board. So it wouldn't have helped us much later. So we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. I always have bad luck with Strifecro's control mage decks. This has happened multiple times on video. Strifecro will build some sort of late game mage deck that's seems to me a little bit light on removal. And then I'll play it on video and I'll lose 3 or 4 games in a row. Because the meta's just a little too fast for it. And that's a pretty consistent theme. So perhaps I'm playing it incorrectly somehow. Maybe I'm mulliganing incorrectly. Maybe we don't want Blood Mage Thalanos at all. But I'm not really sure, but maybe it's an indictment on me more than Strifecro's deck building skills. I'd certainly trust that's the case. Since he is a Hearthstone genius, I'm a mere mortal. Okay, that's a Doomsayer. That might be relevant against Dragon Warrior. It's like Combo Warrior, it's Dragon Warrior, okay. It's something I can work with. I was going to Doomsayer, but I think I'll just Frostbolt that. Like, there may be turns this is even better. Particularly with Frost Nova, right? So we don't need to rush this. We can sit on that a little while. Can't really ping this out, so sitting the Frostbolt or the Blood Mage doesn't help. This may have to die to an eventual Doomsayer. So I'll Ice Barrier first. The Ice Barrier is always going to work. This guy doesn't have any direct to face damage. He always attacks through weapons or minions. So the reason I Ice Barriered instead of Ice Blocked, there's really no real reason, but the Ice Block will always activate an Avian Watcher later. The Ice Barrier may or may not. But the Ice Block is probably going to be available in either case. So we'll draw cards here, certainly. This is cool. I could actually throw out a Tempo Doomsayer right now, since I have 2. We're taking 6 damage right now. He's 4 cards in hand. Going into turn 5, what does he want to play? Not much, really. Let's just pass. Not much. We may not have a way to freeze his face outright, so I'd rather him... he would have had the kill for the Doomsayer pretty easily. I'd rather him not have a weapon up when I play a Doomsayer, just because I don't want him to be able to execute it really easily with a weapon if I Frost Nova his board. I guess the other Ice Block makes way too much sense. We could actually remove some damage right now with the Fairy Dragon with the Wolf Rider. Just deal with it, but I think I'd rather just buy more turns. With stuff like the Avian Watcher and a deck with no direct damage, like he just doesn't have direct damage, these Avian Watchers could keep me alive for a very long time. Do we want to play this, or do we want to save it for anything? I don't really think we want to save it. Let's just Ice Block and call it a day. We have 3 Ice Blocks on our deck right now, so... If he plays another minion, this might be... well, if he plays 2 more minions, it's almost definitely a Frost Nova Doomsayer turn. 1 more minion's probably not worth it, though. Fierce Monkey, you don't usually see... I mean, I've seen it before, I guess, in Dragon Warrior. but you don't always see it. Let's see, is the Avian Watcher good? 7 health actually lines up sort of halfway decent against his board, doesn't it? But Frost Nova Doomsayer might just be mandatory to get more value out of the Avian Watcher. You don't want that hitting when he has so many ways to kill it and so much damage on board. He only has 4 cards in hand, so let's try this. It might be a little early, but I don't think so. Looks like he has the Slam Execute. It's pretty sad. If we had Blizzard or Flame Strike, it'd be fine. We can just Flame Strike the crap out of this board. Well, you know, there is a god after all. There is a Hearthstone god. We top decked Flame Strike. That was actually a pretty big card. We didn't have a way to deal with that board. We were going to take a ton of damage. Don't have an answer for that right away. Can still Avian Watcher, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. Let's Arcane Intellect into Frostbolt Ping. How many cards do we have in hand? We don't want to burn a card, right? So 4, and that's 8. This puts us at 7. We'll go to 9 cards in hand. Fireball's also good against the Draconid Crushers. Avian Watcher's slightly better against this, but the Fire War Axe and the Blackwing Corruptor will be able to kill it. So, but this is so bad against a Draconid that if I can stay above 15 right now, stay above, I don't know. Maybe we can. No, I can't though. Maybe I just Ice Barrier Ping. Maybe I just Ethereal Conjurer. Take a little damage. See what I get here. Second Frost Nova Doomsayer. I think this is probably quite good. Forbidden Flame's not bad either, because it can kill almost anything. This is a tough decision, honestly. Are we more worried about multiple minions or a single minion? I think I'm more worried about Ragnaros and Draconid Crushers than multiple minions right now, so I actually want the Forbidden Flame over the Frost Nova Doomsayer. Because we have another Frost Nova in the deck, right? We don't have another Forbidden Flame in the deck. Like, there's a chance we just get the other Frost Nova. So we'll take that chance. I may just Alexstrasza my face here. Well, now I wish I had the Frost Nova, right? Jeez, dude. Way to be a jerk. I can just Fireball Avian Watcher. Leave 6 damage on board. He doesn't have the weapon. It theoretically lives and contests the board halfway decently. So let's try this. We're not dying, right, because we have the Ice Block up. So this is a pretty good Avian Watcher turn, I suspect. He could have a roll-in effect. He could have an Execute again. But as it stands, as far as we can see, the board is going to trade. Even that's fine, because he has to use both minions. Maybe not. A ping would save him a minion here. Would be pretty good. Yep, he got it. There's the Crusher I'm worried about. Oh, and the Execute. Dude, what a jerk. What a turn. So let's see, what can we do here? We can Frostbolt this guy maybe. We can also just kill it with Forbidden Flame, but the mana's a little awkward. We could Frostbolt here, coin, Forbidden Flame this. He'd have 4 damage on board. He'd pop the block. Next turn we can double Secret again, or actually we'll just Alexstrasza probably. Both Executes are down, so he'd have trouble dealing with that. Let's go ahead and do that. That feels like the play. This is going to put us at 8. The coin will put us at 9 for the Forbidden Flame. The other Frost Nova or the Blizzard is another probably guaranteed board clear since he's lost his Executes. Like he just can't deal with this other Doomsayer. Unless he plays another Crusher or Ragnaros here, we might just be able to get away with the Alexstrasza. Let's just see what happens, though. It's not even activated. Jeez. Actually, since we have so much stuff, I kind of just want to, like, Ice Block, Ice Barrier, Doomsayer, Book. That's 8, 9 mana. We can always Alexstrasza later. After another Ice Block and just like really gas him out, right? Let's Babbling Book first, see what we get. Oh, Blizzard's quite good. We could just Blizzard Ice Block. Do we want to save this though for the Doomsayer? Is it 1 card? Yeah, let's just save that. We don't have to rush it. We can actually just Ice Block Ethereal Conjurer. That's probably better. The Ethereal Conjurer, though, dies so easily to the Fairy Dragon, I guess it's actually not better. Yeah, let's just Ice Block Ice Barrier. Original plan. We'll just throw this out, too. Yeah, we'll just throw that out as a body more than anything. Card draw. I want him to deposit more stuff before I pull this off. Azurdeck's good. Why didn't you do that first, though? What if you got something better? I don't know. He shouldn't even be able to pop my block this turn, right? So we should be good. He's only got 6, 7. And once we get ahead, like we can actually just kind of stay alive. So let's just do this, and we'll... Do we actually have to Doomsayer? I guess so. Barely, though. Jeez, I wish we could also Thaurissan. We could just Blizzard Water Ellie. Ping this off next turn, trade the Water Ellie in here. We still have Alexstrasza for life gain. A weapon could pop my block, but that's it. And this could lock down a weapon on future turns. Or no, I guess the Doomsayer stops him from playing new stuff too. I think this is just objectively better. And we'll go ahead and ping this off too. The only thing that kills us is a Ragnaros that hits the Doomsayer. That would be unbelievably annoying. It's possible. Our Deathwing too, I guess, is a little annoying, but this would be even worse against Deathwing, so that's kind of irrelevant. Grom Activator also. Jeez Louise. That's super annoying. We may be dead now. I don't know if I can get around Grom Activator. I have a turn to figure it out. Does this help? Yeah, maybe. Let's Conjurer first. Kabbalist Tome, Pyroblast, Arcane Missiles. I think the Tome has to be the choice, right? Just to hope we get something playable on a future turn. So here, technically, he can kill the... It has to use 2 minions, or 1 minion here to kill this, right? So either this goes in, or these 2 go in, and his face, or something, right? But we have to find a way to deal with this stuff. I mean, we can Alexstrasza, but oh my god. We can't deal with that. I don't think we can win now. Alexstrasza theoretically keeps me alive. Right? It's 14 if this hits Alex. We'd be at 1. No, we'd be dead to 0 power. So we gotta try this. Cone of Cold doesn't help because Rag just kills me. Huh. I think we're dead. Rag is the card we can't deal with. Ugh. What a pair of top decks with 11 cards left. The 2 cards he drew with 11 cards left were Grom, well, Inner Rage Grom, specifically. The 1 activator in his stack. He doesn't have any other active, maybe Bloodtaker, but That was a frustrating game, guys. What a long game to lose. Maybe we used the Doomsayers too early? I don't know. I mean, the goal, right, was to stop his turn and stabilize, finally. Get ahead with, like, a Thorson Water Ellie, but he had the Grom Activator, the 2 cards, to kill the Doomsayer. Like, both executes are gone. He had a theoretical Rag, could have done it, but that would have been such a risky, scary play. I don't know. That was really frustrating. This is a cool combo, but I don't know if I want to wait that long on it. It's sort of a 5-mana combo. I guess we can try. This is a mage. I don't really know what his deal is going to be, but probably not the fastest start ever. Ice Barrier is usually not as good against a mage, so if you can get it out earlier, it's better, because they might have a higher likelihood of having a minion attacking early, right, instead of later where they're using Fireball and Frostbolt and don't care about your Ice Barrier, because this does, of course, require a hero to be attacked. So if you don't get it out soon, it just may never go out. For instance, I might actually just coin it now, because this could be a Freeze Mage, right? With just Blood Mage Thalanos, we don't know. Freeze Mage should never attack another Freeze Mage with a minion. Because you don't want to activate that Ice Barrier unless you have to. So, like, pinging it clearly seems like value, but until I know what kind of deck this is, does it make more sense perhaps to just Ice Barrier and you know, gain 7 health? Let's see if he falls for the trap. It could be Tempo Mage, in which case he's gonna attack anyway, right? He's gonna have to pull some damage from minions. But if it's Freeze Mage, he may have just given me extra health, but we'll see. This clearly, yeah, it's not Freeze Mage. It's sort of Tempo Mage. So this makes my mana a little more awkward. I guess if it's Freeze Mage, he wouldn't have just probably blank Thalanos, but he could have if he didn't have any other cycle in hand. I mean, you don't usually want to just throw your Thalanos out as Freeze Mage, but if you don't have a Loot Hoarder, you don't have Acolytes, and you're desperate for cards, it's certainly a possibility to do so. Particularly against a deck you don't expect to have life gain, so you don't think they're going to to outpace your damage with health. So you can kind of waste the spell damage, right? Next turn I really want to do this, so I kind of want this to not be around. So I'm thinking about actually just Doomsayering this board into 5 mana. What does a Tempo Mage want to play? Alternatively, we can just do this, right? I may never get to ping this down, but it may trade if he wants to play 5 mana. Otherwise, he has to ping to save this, which kind of disrupts his turn, perhaps, and gives me space to do this. Looks like it didn't disrupt his turn. He's just drawing cards. So, got out of there just fine. There's a chance I just ping again. I don't want to play a Naked Brand, but I don't really... Oh, yeah, I'll just ping Ice Block. Like, that's fine. I need a turn to develop this anyway, so we can actually just Thorson this turn and maybe Brand Ethereal Conjurer and Jeweled Scarab on a future turn. That'd be sick. How much would that be? 4, 6, 7 mana. So yeah, it would actually line up perfectly for the turn after Thorson. And well, that kind of needs to be dealt with, but maybe I can wait. Face damage out of the Flamewaker. That's not something you usually want. Yeah, I can let that live, right? It's going to kill my Thorson, but I can just Flame Strike. It will kill it. This is a pretty good Thorson just because of the Brand Conjurer. He shouldn't have minions higher than 4 health. Maybe a Water Ellie. His own Thorson.
Let's make magic.
Yeah, this is going to be a value Flame Strike, it looks like. One more dude? You got space. You got space for another dude. It's just looking for damage. Jeez Louise. Good lord, dude. Lay off. We're at 87. Jeez Louise. That sucks. Yeah, I mean, we still got to do this, right? We'll play this just to discourage him playing something, right? I don't know what he has in hand. It's probably spells, so this is probably irrelevant. But just in case he's thinking about, I don't know, a Ronin or something. Who knows, right? We may need ice blocks off these. I don't know. We might just be dead. Fireball ping, it looks like. Firelance portaled our Doomsayer. Okay. Well, I actually prefer that than face. Ice barrier's good. Do I just do this and save the Bran again? Because I want this to activate, right? It may never activate on another turn. We could also just Fireball. That's 3 mana, that'd leave us with 5. We could just Fireball Conjurer. But again, I don't know that this is ever going to get to activate, so let's try that. We probably should have Conjured first, but I don't know that any other secret would have been more playable. Do we want a Blizzard? I don't think Blizzard's ever going to be good. Firelance Portal could be pretty good. So could Pyroblast. Firelance Portal, I can also Fireball with it, so it's actually more damage. It's 11 damage, plus a minion, in a single turn at least. I don't know, I'm going to take this card just because it's a Cares on card. I don't really care. It's just more fun. So whatever. He may trade here instead of activating what he thinks is a potential ice barrier, and I'm glad he didn't. He probably has an easier way to kill this, but it's still it's plus 5 health, right? So there's advantages to me either way. I can Fireball this, but can I kill this very easily? No, but I can Avian Watcher, so this won't get to attack. That's 8 mana. I may also just have to Jeweled Scarab because I have the mana. I know I lose the Bran, but I need cards more than anything else right now. So let's try this. Flamemaker's good. Sure. We're going to play Tempo Mage now, boys. We can use it with Firelance Portal. So, I don't know, we're at 12. We might have gotten outside of his burst range, right? He's already used quite a few burst spells. You know, we still have an Ice Block, technically. Although it's not any good against a ping if he gets us to 1. Oh, God. So many dudes. That's actually really annoying. Oh, my God. Give me the other Flame Strike, please. If there's a God in heaven. So we Firelance Portal a Drake, I guess. Play the Flamewaker and hope it picks off something. That's fine. I wish the heal actually activated, though. Alright, so we're mounting some counter pressure, but not enough to kill him fast enough to outpace any damage that he might have. Oh my God, why does everybody run Ragnaros? Ugh, this could be such a big rag. I guess I wanted to hit the Flamewaker. I don't even know. Probably not my face. Probably anything but my face. Bran into Conjurer. I suppose I actually do want that instead of the rag. I mean, there's a 50-50 rag, just is awesome. But, you know, do I want to take the 50-50? I'll have 4 mana left for a spell, so I could get a Polymorph twice, right? There's a lot of stuff I can get here that can actually matter. Spellbinder, Mirror Image, Forbidden Flame. Mirror Image actually is good. Spellbinder won't help because all his damage spells are going to go to my face. Mirror Image, though, makes Rag technically worse. I mean, it's not a powerful play. But the Forbidden Flame could kill Rag next turn, but I don't think that's the line I want to win. Frostbolt, Dragon's Breath, Forgotten Torch. These are all pretty bad. Frostbolt doesn't help against Rag. I could maybe kill it. We'll see. I gotta hurry. Yeah, I can just outright kill it. Cool. That's fine. He doesn't have Chargers, so this is not something I have to play. Frostbolt ping is really bad for me, but Fireball is actually not that bad because we got a 3. I mean, it's still bad because we don't have an Ice Block, but it doesn't put him on a ping kill. We have 8, 10 damage in hand. This is 2 damage, that's 12. This is 8 damage, that's 20. I don't think we can kill him next turn, even with a top deck. Did we spend all our mana? I'm curious if it was objectively wrong to take the Frostbolt, or if we should have taken the Forgotten Torch. But I guess we spent all our mana, so oh my god. That's risky almost. What if that heals me? Like, you're so far ahead. If that hits my face... Oh my god, still very good. Jeez. Yogg is actual. Yogg is so bad for this game. I just got bashed in the face. Well, that actually matters. Oh, thank god. I got bashed in the face, so he now just has a ping ice block break. That's so stupid. Not to mention his board is ridiculous, but... That's a separate issue, obviously. What secret is this? God knows. I guess guys, I don't know. This is so silly. What do we do? I guess I hope this isn't Freezing Trap. I don't know. I'm over this. I'm actually over Hearthstone right now a little bit. I'm certainly over this particular game. I guess Elise gives me more chances to win than the Water Elemental, technically, in case she gives me like an Alexstrasza or I don't even know. There's no way, though. There's no heal. What legendary heals over the next 2 turns? Do we still have our Alexstrasza? I guess that would win us the game. But it has to be this turn. It has to be this turn. Oh, that Forgotten Torch would have been good regardless of the Yogg, so it's an interesting outcome. Avian Watcher doesn't help at all. It's just a dead draw. We're just dead. We died a ping, right? So what can we do? We'll make the technically correct play, even though it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's drawn 7 more cards than us. That's really unfortunate. How is that possible, guys? How is that possible? Yeah, well played. No justice in the world. We almost stabilized until Yogg. I mean, I think he still would have won. Like, look at what he just drew, right? Like, all his burst. He would have gotten through that ice block eventually. But, you know, the next card might be Alexstrasza. Might have posed to 15, so you can't really say that because you never know what the next card was going to be. Certainly Yogg did not help us win. That is the truth. So yeah, that's going to do it for me in the Avian Control Mage by Strifecro. Like I teased at somewhere in the video earlier, these decks never work for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Probably so. It certainly felt like my plays all made sense to me at the time of making them. I don't know. There were maybe some macro level misplays, though. You know, high level thinking about future turns and how to best utilize your resources. But if so, I'd love for you guys to share those thoughts if you think there were better lines of play that led to a greater chance to win. But I'm just not sure that these hyper defensive, really slow mage decks like this just have what it takes to contest. They just don't end the game ever, right? So you just basically sit around and wait for your opponent to find ways to end the game, and you don't have enough ways to address that, and it just feels like you're a weak sitting duck, just always barely getting by, and that's not a way I like to play. I mean, I want to have a swing turn. I want to stabilize with health, like with Control Warrior. You know, it feels good because your health total's always going up. This deck feels bad because your health total's always going down. So I don't know, maybe it's just not my jam, but the Avian Control Mage by Strifecro, that was it. That's what the deck looks like. I would certainly encourage you to give it a try. If this is a deck you think you'd enjoy. Strifecro is an incredible player who knows what he's doing, so there may be a better way to play this and a potential to make this deck good in your hands, just perhaps not personally in mine. So all that said, if you have any thoughts or comments you'd like to share, you know where to leave them below. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, game on.